People often ask me, why do I love attachment-based counselling so much? And the answer is simple, because it helped me understand myself before it ever helped me support my clients. Before I discovered attachment theory, I spent a lot of time wondering why I reacted the way I did. Why some situations seemed to affect me more deeply than they affected other people. Why asking for help felt so difficult. And why being vulnerable could feel so uncomfortable. Why I sometimes found myself worrying about what other people thought, putting their needs before my own, or struggling to say what I really needed. And what attachment theory helped me realise is that so many of the things we criticise ourselves for actually make sense when we understand where they came from. And that's why I love this way of working. Because attachment-based counselling doesn't ask, what's wrong with you? Instead, it asks, what happened to you? What did you learn about yourself, other people, and relationships growing up? Many of the people I work with come to therapy feeling stuck. They might be constantly overthinking, struggling in relationships, feeling anxious, finding it difficult to trust others, putting everyone else's needs first, or carrying around a feeling that they're somehow just never good enough. Sometimes they feel ashamed of how they react. They might say things like, I know I'm overthinking, but I can't stop. I don't know why I get so emotional. I hate needing reassurance. I don't even know who I am anymore. And honestly, I think many of us can relate to at least one of those. What I often help clients understand is that these reactions didn't appear out of nowhere. They usually develop for a reason. Perhaps you learned to keep your feelings to yourself because opening up didn't feel safe. Perhaps you became fiercely independent because you felt you could only rely on yourself. Perhaps you became a people pleaser because keeping others happy helped you avoid conflict or rejection. Perhaps you learned to hide parts of yourself because you were worried they wouldn't be accepted. These aren't character flaws, they're protective strategies. They're ways of coping that once helped you navigate relationships and life experiences. The problem is that what protected us years ago can sometimes leave us feeling stuck today. The people pleaser struggles to say no. The overthinker struggles to switch off. The independent person struggles to ask for support. The person who learned to hide their emotions struggles to feel truly known by others. And this is why I find attachment-based counselling so powerful. Not because it's about fixing people, but because it's about helping people understand themselves. When we begin to understand why we think, feel and behave the way we do, something shifts. We often become less critical of ourselves. We may become more compassionate, more accepting, and from that place, change becomes possible. I also know that this work can feel really vulnerable. Opening up about parts of yourself you spent years protecting isn't easy. And I've experienced that myself too. I know what it's like to worry about being judged, to keep certain thoughts or feelings hidden, to wonder whether anyone will really understand. And that's why creating a safe, warm and non-judgmental space is so important to me. Because I believe healing often begins when we feel safe enough to be ourselves without fear or criticism or shame. For me, attachment-based counselling is about helping people make sense of their story, understanding how past experiences may still be influencing the present, recognising the protective patterns that once helped them survive, and helping them build a kinder, more compassionate relationship with themselves. Because so often the things we dislike most about ourselves are actually parts of us that have been trying their best to protect us all along. If anything I've shared today resonates with you and you're curious about understanding yourself more deeply, know that you don't have to figure it out all on your own. For more information about how I can help, visit stacymorrishcounselling.co.uk.